Boom. Ha! You can see me. I can see you. Well, I can't see you, but I'm assuming you're there because you're so beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. Boom. Nope. Okay, I've got chat up. I've got music queued. Clicking on the musics. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Listen to the musics. Checking my levels. How are the levels? Okay, my volume's pretty high. It might be blowing a little bit. Music's going pretty good. Might be a little loud, huh? Let's have the music volume so levels are good. Good enough, I think. Can my mic be more in position? I think we're set. If you are in chat and the music is awful, let me know. I'll have chat up on the screen, and I'm looking at the stream. It's crazy out of focus. Looks like there's a. All right, I'm relying on you, dear chatter, to tell me how bad the quality is. So we're making a podcasting app. Don't even know what this is. Go away, you. No. Alright. We're going to try and do the MVVM framework, or design pattern. So we're going to make some folders. Model. Model. And a new folder for commands. Let's start with the model, or models. The first one is going to be item. It's a class. Call this class I guess let's start with just one for a podcast feed. This might just end up being a POCO, but this will be a URI. Time last checked. Prop time added. Let's see here. Daytime. I don't care when it was last updated. We're gonna need a supporter class. Call this episode. Oh, you know what? I need to give this URL to people. So episode ID. That'll be kind of for internal use only. We'll need a prop, integer, title, string, show notes. Let's see, so we've got show notes, we've got do a JPEG in here? Or just a file? How about a path? Episode location. Path. Episode album art. Paths don't like being properties, huh? Alright, we'll make those strings. I'm just gonna kind of watch the stream here for a minute to see if this comes into focus. Yeah, that's mostly legible, right? I'm gonna check my check the setting real quick, see if I can turn up my bitrate a little bit. And that's about as good as I can make it. See if that helps. Fuzzy text is the worst. This is some screen movement. Sorry, still checking video quality. I'm big into bit. Yeah. If I leave it on 121, it's pretty legible for me. Okay, so we've got the podcast feed. We've got unplayed episodes. We have the last, let's change this to last played episode. Just thinking this through to see if I need to, how I want to surface this. This doesn't change, like, This doesn't change. This does change. This would change. This would change. I don't think this needs to be surfaced into the view model. Alright, and it doesn't need to be surfaced into the view, at least not directly. What we're gonna want I need to switch this to so that sounds a little too distracting for me. Alright. So we're gonna have this is basically a relationship with a file. So we'll need to have a path for this. Oh. What else do we know about podcasts? Just gonna grab my phone real quick. We'll take a quick look at one. So they come from somewhere. They have a name. They are a collection of episodes. Down here in the episodes, we're going to need a prop time span, I believe. Progress. Function of episodes. The podcast itself has a feed description. Prop. Okay, we're good there. I think that's pretty much all that a podcast has. Then we're going to need some podcast-specific settings, such as the feed settings, rather. Do we want oldest to newest? How many episodes do we want to keep? Need to get stuff put away. So prop boolean. Playback ascending. Prop. I'm not sure how I want to do this part. I want to have it so that you can download between 0 and all past episodes when you add a feed. Should I declare that at this level? Let's leave that for now. We'll come back and add it as we need it. So this is a pretty good start, right? So let's make a new model. We will call this podcast library. This is going to implement iNotify property change. list is refreshed. Yeah, cool. Oh, actually thought of the thing we need on here. Prop. Pool. Video.
That was a nice thing to hear.
So I don't actually know how to do I notify collection change. And that seems like a thing I'm going to need to know. Just going to look it up real quick. Let me see if I can find one that actually shows you how to use it.
1, 2, 3.
I just gave you the world's worst view. There you go. Looking for a quick sample on this. WTF. Yeah. I really wish that every sample of code had like a sentence or two explaining it as opposed to novels. I just look at it, my eyes glaze over, and I want to find something else. Yeah. That's probably a shortcoming on my part. You can't read that at all, can you? Here we go, observable list. So he creates an observable list, implements this. That makes a whole lot of sense. Add the add range. Oh. And yeah, this guy basically made a list. I'm not going to just copy pasta this because I'd like to learn it. But yeah, I'm gonna make that. So we'll put this into its own folder here. Create a new folder. Add. tool is a good word for this. Yeah. A lot of class here. I don't remember how to add a class. I'm kind of tired, so I apologize for that. Okay, so an observable list T extends list T I observable. Oh, that's so he gets all these other interfaces. Let's add that. Public interface. I observable
You just consider
list.
what we do every day. Dances. The human dance. The flower dance. The bee dance. The giraffe dance. Do something rhythmic. Dance, sing, play games. There's a certain wonderful rhythm. Some people like to knit. Others just like to breathe. Now you see, our very existence is a rhythm. Waking, sleeping, eating, and moving.
Not sure where he gets I notified property changed on this.
Just consider what we do every day. What's it all about?
Alright, let's get our unimplemented methods.
Dances. The human dance. The flower dance. The bee dance.
So we get 2 events in that. He has a lot more. I feel like I should have all the pieces of a list. Not sure why it didn't auto-generate that for me off of the I list here.
Do something rhythmic. Dance, sing.
So we'll do our constructors.
There's a certain wonderful rhythm. Some people like to knit. Others just like to breathe. Now you see, our very existence is a rhythm. Waking, sleeping, eating, and moving. And that's all we're doing.
List.
Just consider what we do every day. What's it all about? Does it really mean anything? Does it go anywhere?
So
Dance.
where is this even coming from?
Dance.
Okay.
The flower dance.
This is why I always put my, my constructors at the bottom of the method, or the bottom of the class. I put my properties up top. Boom, 2 properties so far, and apparently I need more. So where does he stick his properties? They seem to be all spread out because he doesn't have these 2 properties that you're apparently required to have. Collection changed. Yeah, he gave them their own region. But on property changed, not in there at all. If property change is not equal to null, so I'm going to need to step through what's happening here. And I need to zoom in on this for you. So on property change, this will get raised through binding magic. If the property changed event handler is not equal to null, we will fill it with this. This will tell it which property has changed, and then the UI will pick it up. Okay, I think I'm on board. And you know what? Switch you back over to the view that will help you. Okay, so back to that constructor we were working on earlier. Is notifying is equal to true. Has a gimmick you wanted to bind to the count property, so I used on property changed. Alright, so he set this to specifically be about the count property. But I want it to work on anything. I guess he does do it on everything else, right? Okay. So he's using count as a specific property. All the rest of these are methods that change the collection. I don't know that I actually care about the count changing. I'm going to put this in and then maybe comment it out to see. Let's learn what this does. So collection changed. Plus equals new notify delegate. Sender. File collection changed. Event args e. Okay, once we take out the word delegate, I understand this part of the code a little bit better. Still not clear on what this is actually accomplishing. If it's just like wiring up that property to have a notification, We appear to be out of pogo. I'm gonna switch to something else. What else is there to listen to? Kind of want to avoid things that are definitely going to get flagged by somebody. I've just started migrating my collection to the cloud, to Windows Cloud. I just got this Windows Phone, so everything's kind of fresh. Nope. These guys want to. Hit crew, who are you? I think that might have been a mistake. Let's see your filter. Too many big names in this list. Jonathan Colton's never sued anybody ever. Which MC front do I have up here? Oh good, they have all of them. Boom. Let's see here, just still digging. 1 sec. Okay, so we did the property change count. Let's close that. And we want to do why is that all goofy? Okay, so we need to do all of these normal list options. New void. No need for the no ops, I know just where to land. Clearing out the registers with pointers to my functions. Loaded to your memory and writing new instructions. Brain dump IO, siphoned out the eye holes and types. So I'm digging through the disassembled bytecode. Push pop change order stack frame file. File system I nodes all fall to my flow. Running over, there again I go. Self-propagation engine polymorphic sideshow. Every network we're found to get around. The exploit payload encoded in the sound. Where does on collection change to get implemented? Yeah, let's put that in first. I about that. Check. Changed event RC. Also, why is the new keyword here? There we go. If is notifying and collection changed is not equal to null. So here we're basically manually raising the collection has changed. I think.
Fuck you, look at my cool hat. I could be you, stat. I could be anything, anytime with the right potion, invocation, many rhymes expended in the process. Compression so fresh, you wonder, am I lossless? Does it cost this too? Is there any question what I'm willing to do? Tip the lid off, tilt the flask in hand. Taste like ass, but the task is grand. Bent the lastest man, pick for the kickball in coordinate. To hit, I miss a brick wall that won't help an unpopular pick. Take a swig, now I'm captaining shit, and I'm putting legitimate players on duty to gather them beauties. What thought I had cooties? Is it one attribute you did not roll? Is it one bottle in the bag of hold? Is it one goal to pass the stat check and sip the extract? You command the respect.
So we did that.
You did not roll. Is it one bottle in the bag of hold? Is it one goal to pass the stat check and sip the extract? You command the respect. By the CHA on my character sheet. Yes, I pencil a plus the side, deem it discreet from the inked in single digit charm that I got in initial calculations, weighted and fraught with compromises, not with surprises.
Need this system here.
Points when I'm leveling up. The prizes all go in one cup. Which one? INT increased always and didn't start.
Make sure I've got everything after that implemented. Property change you got. On property changed. Got that too. Oh. That's what he's doing in the constructor, right? Just proving that he could do it. Yeah. Great, congratulations. You did bind to that. Okay. Back up to implementing all the members of a list. This is a long way to go for a design pattern. I feel like this nonsense should be taken care of. So we got add. Now we're doing add range. The elixir's effect is ungentle. It bends me with confident types. If I lift a toast to them, am I being polite to the kids who arbitrated on the topic of cool? Look at my cool hat and fuck you. One attribute you did not roll. Is it one bottle in the bag of hold? Is it one goal to pass the stat check? Sip the extract, you command the respect. Is it one attribute you did not roll? Is it one bottle in the bag of hold? Is it one goal to pass the stat check? Sip the extract, you command the respect. Should change it to E equals.
Is it one bottle in the bag of hold? Is it one goal to pass the stat check? Sip the extract, you command the respect. Is it one attribute you did not roll? Is it one bottle in the bag of hold?
you saying attribute or attribute?
Attribute, obviously.
Because it sort of comes out sounding like... if you said attribute, then it'd be a verb, not a
The
noun.
words do whatever I tell them to do.
Your eyes are sparkly.
Corn syrup.
And so we're gonna make this a var. Why is this always...
I'm supposed to take pills that mitigate triglycerides. Seems weird at the crossroads, you and I. Dated for decades, built up trust. Might have loved sugar better, but it wasn't discussed. We had an agreement you'd be in everything I'd eat, but you lied when you said you'd be all that I needed. You PS2, don't leave me. You had a change of heart for a while, which was deceiving. I looked deep inside of you, find
you know what, resharper. You'll be okay on that one, I think. This one enumerate. I don't think that actually enumerates. We'll see. So we're setting that off. That goes. So add range is done. Public, new, void, clear. I'm kind of confused by the new in the middle of this. I haven't done a lot of I haven't done a lot of overriding of stuff, but is new really needed to override a method? They're not even overriding anything.
I feel betrayed. You used to come visit a lot, plus just stayed. Now it's like, I don't know, you call you Jacqueline.
If you know what new is doing in this line, throw it in the comments. Anyway, change action.
California, listen, we're breaking up. I know I left my heart in the heart of you, but I can't keep from feeling. Push came to shove, and you undid the part I was proudest to love. California,
void.
I promise not leave some uncharmed. To the place where my mom is, and I'll be back. Get your votes rearranged. Till then, we can't date. It's your fault. You changed.
You know, I'm just gonna read through these others to see if there's any curveballs. Let's see, just insert. Insert range does what insert range ought to do. Always add, remove. Okay, I think we can get all of that.
Your friends always honest, but you tell you the truth, they respond. On occasion, you're behaving uncouthly. Handed on to clean up your act. You've got one in particular dispenses with tax. Is it plain to your face? Is advice unimpeachable? Feel chastised? Any animals teachable? Any goals reachable? Let us impart. We declare, we declaim.
What the hell happened here?
The ethics and etiquette have yet to jump shark. Dynamite strap boom, but yet to set spark. With that in mind, employ each as it lingers. Keep the phrase in ready reach of your fingers, lest you forget for a moment the edict. Trap a gate frozen, pull out and read it. Your friend consistently counsels the same, urging all dickishness struck from the game.
Your friend will. Your friend will.
Okay.
Declares, your friend will declares. Don't be a dick. Your friend will. Your friend friend will, declares, your friend will declares, don't be a dick.
How'd your friend get possession of the wisdom? Once hooked the headset into wrong system. Listened, heard what? Cock-a-doodle-doos. If you think it's involuntary, get disabused. It's you. You do what you don't at your discretion. Your dickery's untamed. Practice repression. Act as direction. Suggest desist. Your friends all insist. Got one who warns he could get a little stabby. That'd be bad form, but he gets a little crabby. He's aptly the messenger.
Alright, there's one here that I want to do myself. I don't know what it is. Public. New T. This. Int index. Oh, okay. So it's referring to it as an array. Set T old value equals base index.
Muffy and Percival build a home.
The contractor called again. He says the reclaimed redwood
Why
is
is
going to
this
be more
kinda-
expensive.
Well, no, that's ridiculous. Why won't he email me a quote?
He says to call him with a fax number.
Just tell him we got rid of the fax line last month?
It was
No.
a voicemail.
I thought it was
Because
like
I'm
a
reading it
TV
wrong,
thing that
that's
didn't
why.
have a website.
God, sometimes I just want to kill myself.
Muffy and Percival prepare a meal.
Put the Kevlar glove on. You're going to cripple yourself.
I broke the shell again.
Just go slowly.
I don't see why your juicer
RE equals new notify action
You've never
changed
understood
event
food.
Muffy and Percival throw a
by
party.
action.
Evite is down.
What?
It's down. It won't load.
Place
It's gonna be.
value.
It's gonna be okay. It's Muffy. I understand it's not okay now, but it will.
Collection changed Z. Okay, so just referring to it as an end, as an array. So, but
There's a flock of carrier pigeons in the.
Muffy and Percival have their flight cancelled.
He says there is another one at 6:30.
Into JFK at what? Midnight?
Oh, God, it's probably gonna be terrible in the taxi line.
Well, you'll call a service. We don't live in frickin' Bangladesh.
Muffy and Percival visit
oops,
the third
comma
world.
there.
Oh, we're not going there.
4G coverage is atrocious.
Where?
The third world, darling.
Var
I
I
don't think so. I won't even
equals
respond.
list
Also terrible. 4G
0.
coverage.
So this is for referring to stuff like that. Makes sense to me. I'm moving on. Okay, so this is how an observable list is created. Now that I've done that once, I am going to shrink all these regions. Boom. I've saved this. Let me can I copy the whole thing? Just gonna go over to OneDrive real quick. Folder, reusable classes. Damn it.
Is mostly ineffective, and I'm struggling to keep this in perspective. But I feel like a massive injustice occurred. Says regrows hair on the two in the words in a third or maybe a quarter of all users. I must have got swindled. Is it a fault of whose is? Oh, Muffy, I had all the servants tortured. Did you keep them on retainer? Did you got some more on order? Cause I can't comb my hair on my own no more. I got accustomed to the lifestyle, sniffed upon the spore, and it molded my innards, made the blood turn blue. Muffy, there's a revolution.
I don't need that.
Misplaced the ambient. First world problem. Left a participle dangling. First world problem. You're scheduling your root canal. First world problem. Your grad schooling had no rationale. First world problem. You didn't like your appetizer. First world problem. Your yacht got capsized. First world problem. Your yacht got capsized. The first world problem that you have with your yacht.
The living conditions of the American masses. That's you. are
Oops.
swiftly deteriorating. Our generation is going through the final convulsions of the dying world of capitalism. That's what it says here. And if you don't believe that pamphlet, try this one.
While our capitalism is in a
Come on.
kerfuffle, you have to hustle before the
There we go.
rates come reshuffle. Rustle up another couple grievances and air 'em. You can laugh about it later, maybe. Needed while despairing for the moment.
There. Now I've got a reasonable class. I will never have to write that nonsense again. Hurrah.
Just as I was in the middle of tournament play, and so I suffered from transmittal.
Okay, podcast library. This isn't going to do any of that nonsense. It is going to have a class called Unplayed Episodes. I need to think this through real quick. So this is going to be a class, which is enumerable. So what I need to see is how to use this observable list that you just created. Oh, duh.
Set up the mics, turn up the volume. Everybody present, say here when I call you. Schaefer? Yep. Beef? Hello. Bought 3 movie tickets, got the front row. Act 1. Our plucky hero's hometown. Middle Americana, not a
Observable list episode on played episodes.
Our hero decides I must inform the president.
Even though you seem to know exactly what you talk about, I don't think at this point in the plot I am gonna hear you out. The Washingtons and Fallout can't return to my home. The slash floods are
And that needs to be capital U.
You get this ragtag team made of washed up Marines and Dr. Jenny Marie. She studies weather extremes.
What else do we need here? We need to be able to observable list episodes.
Act 2, molten lava is chasing them around. Big blue bolts of lightning spring up from underground. But our hero and his team have some hope for a cure. If we can just get this crew into the center of the earth, we can.
I wonder if it'll work just like this. Or if I'm going to need to extend I notify property change here. Let's find out. So we're going to go into the
Meanwhile, hurricanes, tidal waves, floods, sun flares cause it to seem to rain blood. The president just got crushed by an asteroid, and the plucky hero's son run faster, boy.
Still thinking this through. Sorry, I'm slow in the head. So the view model. Let's go back to the one I made. So this is just the regular model. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the command.
Last act, son makes it, dog does it. Odds may be stacked against the team they discuss it.
This is my model. It extends I notify property exchange.
Is the only hope for humankind, and 2 is leading later is something I must say.
Hey, you and me can wait. I want to have another yesterday. Sources say the Kremlin can take us into orbit. Go to space, fix the lasers in the Earth. We can't restore it.
That's it, a crazy plan. But we
Not sure what that is or why it's broken.
gather up supplies, we must survive. Head out for Russia in a little
So that's comforting.
menaced by glaciers almost.
There's a lot I don't know.
Last moment, a decision to be made. There's the love of the boy. Only one can get saved. If he thinks too
Okay, so starting at the model. This implements the I notify property change. And that is for the property that changes. But I think the way I've got the observable collection set up, observable list, I don't have to worry about that. I think it's handled within that class.
It's a disaster. It's a disaster. Whenever you got 3 nerd rappers, it's a disaster.
This is handled inside the observable class.
So what'd you guys think?
I think that was not a good movie.
Wrong.
Okay, let's wire it up, see what happens. So the view model has the, it implements the class.
Well acted, plausible.
It was a preposterous film. It was asinine. It was other big words for bad.
I want my $14 back.
You didn't pay for the
I
ticket.
don't know why I saw it 2 times before this.
And we got the customer view model.
My shit is a little bit broad for the taste at the top. You could look your nose
We don't
down.
need that just yet. It's for debugging.
You do nerdcore passion.
That's for binding to a button. So now we'll go to the view. And here we implement the view model. So let's go to the view model. We'll make one. Add a new item. Class. This is going to be. We're trying to do it all with one data context because reasons. Podcast library VM. So we'll have a string with an we'll be back to that, and then we're going to have a public podcast library. I'm expecting this to blow up big time. I'm also expecting to be tired and ready to quit after it does. So we're going to make a quick view. Item. This will be a XAML. It's a resource dictionary. This will be a XAML blank page. We will call it main page XAML. Right click on page, I think. I want properties for this. Data context right here. Click that new button. And I don't want your assemblies.
You're annoyed when I talk during the film. It's just another classic that you haven't seen still. Just another ill in the head and the plot. Norman Bates, is that all you got? Might have guessed from the name of the thing. Don't complain that you've never heard the ending of the crying game. Well, it's a penis, and at this point, a shaggy dog, which is nothing to see here.
Try building it and see if that'll help the data context pop up.
Brad Pitt and Ed Norton are obviously two people, but they gotta share one character. Bruce ain't alive, kid, no matter how he stares at you. Snape kills Dumbledore, but
there we go.
Everybody's guilty on the
So view model one. Okay.
Don't wage upon survival for Bambi's mom. Artax told Yeller Mufasa King Kong all spawn of
There should be a collection. I'm gonna go into the toolbox here. I want like a list, an ordered list. If you're in the Y2K, it's less upsetting. If you're living in the Oh, you know what? I actually don't know how to work with lists in XAML. Oh, it's an items presenter. That sounds neat. That's helpful. Oh, actually, sorry, there's properties over here. Tooltip layout. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to work with lists and then come back to this. My wife just came home and it's probably time for dinner. So, we'll do that. But hey, some progress. And you were looking... Yeah, I'm sorry that all this was a train wreck. We'll try it again tomorrow, maybe it'll be a little clearer. Have a good night.